just so everybody's kind of aware on what some of that collection information is. On the left side, you'll see a couple of snippets of the Renovate Right information. On the left, you'll see the cover. Everybody's probably familiar with that. Again, you can get that in portrait or letter format, black and white or color. You can print them out. It's very, very easy. You don't have to order a bunch of expensive guides. The EPA provides these for free. Again, we can even send these out to you if you'd like. As a matter of fact, Tom's, I'll probably shoot this out to you guys so you can share that with your subcontractors. So everybody has it available. And again, to the right, you'll see the sample pre-renovation form. This is what it needs to be filled out by that customer and retained and uploaded into Cilio. Ideally, either PDF format or a JPEG. Just make sure if it's a JPEG that it is legible. So anytime you're taking a cell phone picture, just make sure it's clear. We don't want to have a bunch of sloppy handwriting that's fuzzy because it's a picture of a picture. It got left in somebody's truck, crumpled up, folded up. It's got ketchup on it. Just be mindful. This is essentially going to be a document that can be used to verify that we had that conversation. To the right, you'll see a snapshot of the lead collection form listed in Cilio. Ideally, leverage this as much as you can, folks. I know that we do have the paper copy digitally in there under the templates, but this one is perfectly fine. It does the same thing. You answer the questions. The work areas contain all that fun stuff. It brings over all of your renovator information, whether it's the assessor or the installer who was assigned. Just make sure you're checking those boxes and submitting it accordingly. This gives Cilio the opportunity to put that in when you close that project. Make sure it's done before you do a close on that project. So if you try to do an auto full close, and the same goes for details, this ends up holding up a lot of these things. We go through to the full close and then we go back and do the lead information. That's going to get us stuck every single time. So make sure whether it's a detail or a project, get that completed prior to doing the full close. If you have any questions on leveraging the lead collection form, or again, I'll send some of this stuff out to the Toms regarding the Renovate Right. Get with your Tom and they can help walk you through it. I said it once, I'm going to say it again, CYA folks, pictures are going to be huge. We've had it come up over the years. I know I've been a part of conversations where a customer says they did or didn't do something. If we don't have pictures showing our containment like we did see earlier, it does become a he said, she said, right? Then we open ourselves up to questions. We open ourselves up to scrutiny. And the more times we get questioned, the more we're scrutinized, the more that lens gets put on us. We don't want that. So when you are setting up your containment, take pictures, please. Take pictures to show the steps taken that should match the documentation that we're filling out. Notes and documentation, again, what was done correctly. I'm going to keep beating that one because that is the next best cover yourself, aside from a picture, is document what you did, not what you think will pass compliance, not what's going to keep us out of hot water. Document what you did so that way when that customer gets that copy of that checklist, there's no questions. They should have zero questions. As soon as we leave there, they know exactly what we did, and it's going to match that paperwork. And we're going to have pictures to back that up. So please, 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 very, very important, make sure you cover your assets, is what we'll say. So what now? Business as usual for the most part in terms of what we should have been doing, I hope. But we got to put more of an emphasis on that process. We got to make sure all of our teams, whether it's you folks on the call or your installers, your estimators, or your team members who are in the field doing this, please, please, please put an emphasis on this. Make sure they are aware that they're going to be getting more visits. They're going to be getting individuals out there who are going to be wondering what's going on with these lead jobs. They have the ability to target lead jobs. That's going to be FPMs. That could be state licensing managers. Who knows? It could be divisional and regional directors. These people are going to be focusing on this throughout the nation. So we don't want to be caught unaware. Make sure your teams are prepared. Make sure they know how to act when a Lowe's vest does come. Remember, they're not there necessarily as a gotcha, but they are going to be looking to make sure we're doing things properly. And if there's ever a gray area, you're not sure. Again, err on the side of caution and contain. Okay. If you have an odd interaction, make sure you call your Tom right away. Let them know what's going on. We can talk through it. But make sure you're covering the areas you need to, how you know you need to, and be prepared. You are going to start seeing the Toms out there a little bit more on lead jobs too. Along with the FPMs, we're going to be targeting lead job site visits as much as we can just to provide more awareness. If we can get to something before Lowe's does, I would much prefer that. That way we can have a conversation, we can quickly rectify and react and make sure we're all on the same page. Once again, if you have any questions on what that looks like, please refer to the EPA guide, talk to your Tom, make sure you're comfortable and confident. If you're certified, you should be ready to go. If you need to recertify yourself, make sure you recertify yourself. Brush up on it now. Today is the best time to do this. Okay, folks, that's it. It's simple. Hopefully, nothing special. We just want to reiterate that it's important. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to your territory manager. Territory managers, please follow up with your teams who haven't. And my next one was going to be Mr. Julio, if you have anything.
Thank you. The only thing I want to add is, so everyone's aware, is Lowe's signed a consent decree. You guys know what that means? It's an agreement with the EPA. It's basically, I'll refer to it as like the criminal world, right? They paid their bail and now they're on probation, but they're also snitched. So, so they're going to be mandated to report anything that they come across that is a violation. They will report it to the EPA. So whoever the provider is on site, whoever the badged certified renovator is on site, they'll report that in particular person to the EPA, and it might trickle back to the company certification. So just something to keep in mind. Lead is a mandated Lowe's is a mandated reporter at this time.
You're muted, You're muted, Jeff.
Thank you so much, because I said all kinds of mean stuff about Julio. I'm glad I was muted. Thank you, Julio. It's very important, guys. It's going to be very important for you guys to make sure you're doing these things, because again, like Julio said, they're going to report it. They don't have a choice. They're going to be liable, just like we're liable. We don't want to get to that point. So I hope this impressed upon everybody the seriousness of the situation. It's really nothing that we should have been doing. I just want to make sure that we all know we should be doing it. If we weren't doing it, do it now, please. And if you have questions, reach out to your territory managers. We will help you and we will guide you in the best possible course of action. If we don't have an answer, we'll get you an answer, especially from whether a compliance standpoint. Yes, Zeus.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate how important it is. There's no coincidence that they added an FPM count out here and increased the amount of FPMs we have in Region 8. So, this is going to be very important, and expect a huge increase in job sites for lead safe.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. For those of you who aren't aware, they added an additional 2 FPMs to our region. So the FPMs now have a smaller territory to cover, which means they're gonna have a lot more time in their areas to get out there. I've already talked to at least 2 of mine who have asked me for lead jobs, and we've had some visits. They all went well, thankfully. But just to share with you, one of them wasn't a lead visit, and he started talking about how he felt it was borderline. So, they're getting down to the nitty gritty. They're really going to be digging, and we have to be prepared to speak to that part of the business. Make sure, again, err on the side of caution if you have to. If you're just not sure and you're nervous, contain. It's the best thing to do. And if you have any questions, please reach out to your territory manager. So, Julio, anything you want to leave us with?
No, unless people have any questions right now they want to ask me, fire away.
Guys, if you have any questions, by all means, you can feel free to unmute or raise your hand, please, and we'll call on you. If you don't want to do this in an open setting, that's fine. You can drop something in the chat, or again, get with your territory manager. But we want to make sure everybody's comfortable. Okay, Mr. Mike, I know you don't have good service, so I don't know if you got anything you want to add, sir. Mr. Fields.
Sorry, Jeff. Hey, no, thanks, Jeff. Great job. Great coverage. Everybody, Jill already said it. Jeff said it. We just got to be prepared. Nothing new. But we gotta dot the I's, cross the T's, and be prepared. We will see visits. I have a call with one of the state license managers on Friday. They're in Chicago now. They're expecting audits in California next from Lowe's and possibly the EPA. So as we get more information, we'll definitely share with everybody. But please, any questions you have, myself, Julia, anybody, reach out. This is important for all of us. So please, Jeff, thank you for all the information.